What's up, everyone? Welcome to my first YouTube video. If you're already a follower of mine on social media, thanks for tuning in, checking me out, supporting. And if you're new, my name's Clay. I'm a Western Washington photographer, and I've been shooting photography for about 2.5 years now, and been shooting seriously for about a year. So I am a newbie. I'm super new to this space, but having fun while I'm doing it. What the heck? What am I doing on YouTube? I've always wanted to create a YouTube channel, and never felt like I've had the right time or desire or qualifications to start a YouTube channel, but felt like I needed to this weekend. So here I am trying to film this intro. I thought I could do all this in like 30 minutes the past 2 days, but it's turned into a multi-day thing just to get started. But it's been fun. I've been able to create this space, create these little fun lights going on. So yeah, I wanted to expand my platform from Instagram and VSCO. Probably most active on Instagram just because it's Instagram. VSCO's cool. I like being on VSCO because you can just share one photo because you like it. You don't have to, build a whole set or carousel to beat the algorithm. And it's full of people who, if they're following you, they like what you put on VSCO. It's more of an artistic approach and more of an artistic appreciation, which is cool. It's kind of a different side to Instagram, which is more businessy, more showcase-y. They both have their pros and cons. I'm ready to expand into YouTube. So I follow a handful of people who are on YouTube, all film photographers, and they kind of film their behind the scenes of their shoots and show, how they shoot, what they're thinking. I find a lot of value in those videos. And, afterwards they'll pull it up on their computer, they'll talk about it, talk about their perception, what they like about it, don't like. And I think that's really cool to hear what the artist thinks about their work. Because when you post it on social media, a single post, it's kind of in the hands of the consumer. They can perceive the post however they want. I think it's kind of special to hear from the person who created the photo. So yeah, I want to do the same thing. I kind of want to show my work on YouTube and talk about it, show my intention, passion, love for the art, let you guys see a behind the scenes of what goes through my mind when taking photos or, the final product. I think that's pretty special to open myself up and allow you guys to connect to my work. With that being said, I don't know what this channel is going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be this every single episode, but I do want to share more of myself because I feel like I want to have a voice and I want to speak and I want to connect to people who want to know more about my work, who like my work, who have questions. But this video is going to be about my favorite photos of 2022. Last year was the only year that I've really seriously taken photos, so it's going to be my favorite photos I've ever taken. Being the first video, I thought it'd be nice to showcase some of my favorite work and some of my favorite pieces that I'd like to talk about on camera. Maybe you've already seen it on social media. Maybe this is the first time seeing it. I hope you find this cool, find this interesting, and yeah, here we go. The photos I'm about to share are all film photos, and they're a mix of medium format and 35mm, and I'll show you the cameras that I use. For medium format, I used Mamiya 645, and I've had this for about 6 months. I just love the experience this gives you when you're taking a photo too. All the knobs and dials, the unique shape of it, the way you look through the viewfinder. Overall, it's just a really fun experience, and the results you get are amazing in my opinion. And this thing came with me on some long ass hikes, so it is packable, but it is a little heavy. For the 35mm photos, I use Pentax K1000. This was gifted to me by my grandma. This was hers, back in the 70s or whenever this came out. So yeah, this is the camera that I learned to shoot film on, and I'll probably never get rid of this. This will most likely always be in my bag for the rest of my life. Yeah, so those are the cameras that I use to shoot all my film. If I were to pick one, my favorite camera, I'd probably go with the Mamiya 645. The film is a little hard to buy because there's only 15 shots, but the quality you get from this thing is amazing, and it's an experience that you don't get on many cameras. So yeah, this is my baby. And again, I'm gonna share my favorite photos that I took last year, so 2022. Narrowed it down to 10 photos that I really like right now. It changes all the time, but right now these are my 10 favorite photos that I took last year. Okay, let's look at some photos. Number 10, this one is at Pike Place Market in downtown Seattle. I took this with my Mamiya 645. What's really interesting to me about this photo is the setting. This day was a Monday in December, kind of gloomy, nobody walking around, nobody really looking to buy any of this produce. But this photo has a lot of the call to action signs, like we have truffle butter, we offer unlimited free delivery, holiday baskets. So there's like this call to action to use our service, but nobody's walking around. And it turned out to be kind of a dramatic feeling. And the photo is just a nice photo to look at. I really like the colors of the vegetables, the yellow greenish tint, the lights hanging down. So yeah, beautiful photo. Okay, number 9. This one is of my friend Sophia. We met last summer and we came together and built the theme of let's do a shoot that doesn't look like Washington, but it's in Washington. I used my Mamiya 645 for this one and it turned out amazing. I mean, her hat, the Topo Chico, her vibe, the sunlight, the water, kind of makes it look like it's somewhere in California or Italy, something like that. I really like this photo just because our vision came to life. Number 8, this one's a backpacking trip that me and my buddy Grayson did last summer. This was with a point and shoot that I lost, but this is like halfway up the trail, maybe a fourth of the way up the summit of Del Campo. And I really like this photo because the layering in it, the trail's in the front, then it moves to the lake, then it goes up to the ridge, that goes to another layer of mountains, to another layer of mountains, to the sky, the clouds. I think it's just a really pleasing photo for the eye to look at. Number 7. This one's of my girlfriend Carly. It's also with my Mamiya 645. This was the first studio shoot that I did with my Mamiya, and all natural lighting, super cool. And the theme was retro, 70s, 80s, vintagey. We went to the mall, grabbed these sunglasses and a shirt. The lighting of this turned out really nice, and I like that you can kind of see her eyes underneath the sunglasses, gives a little more mysterious look. I love the blue in this, of the background in her shirt. And again, it's just awesome to have a vision with somebody and then the result turns out, you know, even better than you thought. And I love the emotion in this photo as well. Even though she's straight faced, you can kind of feel a little bit of emotion, which we were going for. Number 6. This one's also on my Mamiya 645. It's a really calm picture, but also you can tell that stuff's going on. I caught these campers packing up for the day, ready to head down the mountain. Their dogs are kind of scurrying around, and it was cool to like capture them in action in this calm scene. I really like the greens in this and the orange pop on the tent. And then obviously the mountains in the background are super aesthetic. But I'm a sucker for mountain photos. This kind of photography is what got me into photography. So these kind of photos will always be special to me. Number 5. This one's an interesting photo to be number 5 on this list, but I really enjoy the aesthetic of this. This is in LA. I found this spot from watching a YouTube video of another photographer taking pictures of cars on the street. And I paused the video and I found the crossing streets. And me and my girlfriend were able to go to this spot when we were heading to LA a couple weeks later. This was midday and the light is amazing, and California light's always amazing. But what I like most about this photo is that it's an ordinary photo in a busy place. There's little room for these plants, and they're kind of, you know, going wild, look super healthy. One of these plants is like running up the fence. and the green in the plants with the contrast of the pink on the building. You can see the satellites in the top left doing their thing. But yeah, overall, I love this photo. It's a really nice color and a really nice vibrant feeling when you look at it. Number 4. This one is the first roll that I shot on my Mamiya 645, and I think this was Kodak Gold, and the colors in this are amazing. I love the blue and the red. That contrast works really nice together, and also the blue in the water and the sky. And the sky's not too blue or too different of a blue to the boathouse. Another thing I like is the sun is only hitting on the front of this boathouse, and it kind of sucks you into the middle, but the shadows are still really detailed, and it's kind of a calming scene. I really like this photo mostly because it was the first roll that I put into my Mamiya and turned out to be one of my favorites. Okay, number 3. This one is at Balboa Pier in Newport Beach, California on July 4th of last year. The first thing that I see and that I like is the contrast between the red spyglass thing and the blue. The blue sky and the blue ocean make it pop really well. And it makes it even bigger of a subject than normal if that contrast wasn't there. Though it is like a mundane, still, quiet photo, there is some stuff going on. So if you look at the pigeons, the pigeon on the right is looking at me, the pigeon in the middle is looking into the ocean, and the pigeon on the left is looking at the pier. So I thought that was kind of cool. They're all in the same spot, but they're all looking at something, probably thinking about something different. That piece of the photo is pretty interesting. And then other than that, it's just kind of a quiet photo. But then you look at the fishing pole and you see the little flag blowing in the wind. And I think that's a nice touch to create some movement, create some action in this photo. But other than that, it's just a really nice photo to look at, and it's really pleasing. Number 2, obviously, because it's number 2, one of my favorite photos that I've ever taken. I just love the man taking the photo of the city, and the city in the background, and the golden hour light hitting the city, and these kids in the reflection kind of looking at this man like, what are you doing? Yeah, story behind this is my brother wanted a print for Christmas, and I wanted the print to be like one of a kind, he's the first one to have it, really special. So I went to the top of the Space Needle at golden hour, and yeah, this isn't the print that I gave him, but this is one of my favorite photos that I took up there, just because of the separation from the man and the city. I think it's really nice. I don't think the city's too far away. Yeah, I just think all the compositions in this are just really, really nice. And obviously, like, the golden tint to this makes it seem like, Seattle's not all that boring and dreary and rainy all the time. And I don't think I've even shared this photo. I've just admired it by myself this whole time. So maybe I'll have to post this to IG here pretty soon. Okay, number 1. I don't know why this photo is my favorite photo right now. My eyes see this photo and it's just like perfect. I don't know why. So yeah, I love the lines coming down from the right, and then you can see the shadows on the side of the building. And then I centered this like splash in the middle, or this like stain on the wall. I thought that was kind of cool to center instead of the motorhome or like the side of the house. And then obviously the light, the California light, is amazing. This was almost midday, I think. This might have been on Christmas Day too. Yeah, soft blue sky in the back, and then you kind of get like the blue tint on the windshield. It creates a cool contrast to the overall color of the picture. And then the thing I love most about this photo is this Winnebago. It feels like it has a personality to me, and it's locked up. Like, it's been sitting there for years, and it feels like it's a sad Winnebago to me. Just want to get on the road, get out there and travel, do what it's supposed to do. Another photo that is, kind of boring, ordinary, but has some life. I just have this like strong feeling that the Winnebago feels sad and not used. So yeah, that's my favorite photo right now that I've ever taken. And this is something that I would love to feature in a book. Like, this is very well composed and the colors are amazing. It was exposed correctly. Like, everything to me, it just worked out perfect. And I wish I could take more photos like this that just please the eye so well. So yeah, that's my favorite photo. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. I like talking about everything. Super happy how this all turned out. It took me about 5 freaking days to do this, but first video down. I've been talking about doing this forever, so I'm really glad that I started this, and I'm really glad that I'm able to share my photos in this way. So once again, thanks to all who watched the video, and until next time.